Welcome SpeedGaming. Maybe you guys have seen me around. I've actually really enjoyed this marathon. It's always been very cool. I'm a fan of Fiesel. I like SpeedGaming. There's been a lot of cool runs. So we are going to do X2 today. I am not known for being a Mega Man runner. I'm definitely not known for X2. A long time ago, probably as far back as 2018, we learned X2. So it's been a while though. But I am almost ready to go. So let's have a weird setup here, and we're good. No, we're not good. I lied. Okay, now we're good, I guess. I'm sorry. Timing is gonna be inaccurate for like 3 seconds. What's up, Bomber's Car Bomb? But this is X2. This is a very cool game. One of probably the more technical speedruns I feel on the Super Nintendo. If you are absolutely a godlike person at this game, this is like infinite skill ceiling, like literally infinite. You can just learn so much in like so many stages and things like that. And we are going to do any percent, so we're gonna skip those like little maverick dudes. I forget what they're called. Honestly, I'm not really great with lore in some video games and stuff like that. But no, it's not Bucky Layer. So yeah, so there's gonna be some reoccurring tech, I think, for the most part when it comes to stuff in Mega Man X2. We really want to dash lemon, so go like this. If you're dashing and shooting like Mega Man's Buster, it does slightly more damage than obviously if you're just shooting and with his Buster normally. But it's a very easy intro stage. I forget the robot's name, I'm sorry, it's like CF10 or something like that. He's basically impossible to die on, so... And we have to go to Wire Sponge. And this is like the one thing that I was always terrified about. I don't know the story in this game because I've actually always played it in Japanese. So you guys can make up your own story. I'm not sure what that guy just said. I don't know why we're here. But I do know that we gotta go to Wire Sponge. So that's the next step. We have to collect all the hearts and all of the E-tanks, and we're gonna get a cool power-up at the very end. Yes, X Hunters. This is like oddly again, I would literally say like one of the best speedruns that I've ever learned, but I don't usually run Super Nintendo stuff. The only Super Nintendo stuff that I ever ran, for the most part, was Goof Troop. And this, by the way, is like probably the most annoying jump in the entire game, so I'm glad that we all get to experience it together! Mega Man, please! Oh, we almost died. Okay, there we go. We're up here. We're fine. Okay, nobody saw that. That was pretty rough. But what's really annoying about that jump is it's already a tight pixel window, and then on top of that too, there's random weather in this game. So, or not in this game, but like in this level, you can see like the sun just came out. So the sun makes these things grow. You'll see them in a second here. These like pole things for the most part. Whoops. Okay, well anyway, these things. So they start coming out of the ground. The rain kind of gives you kind of like a pushback effect. There's like wind. So the fact that the rain decided to rain there, it's great. So we're entering Sponge. Sponge is kind of garbage. Okay, thank you, Kerplop. Sponge is kind of garbage. If you see the health bar, once it fills up, on the right side, you see how there's kind of like a white tick at the very beginning? We can go down to like the second white tick. So once we do that, he's safe from having kind of like a little temper tantrum. But this dude is like extremely RNG. If you go beyond that white tick, he'll have a temper. So we can maybe kill him. He gave us okay RNG here. Maybe not actually. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. No! Okay. Well, we get to see the temper. But yeah, this is like an unskippable animation. It's great. So he just needed emotions. He had to get them out. What's up, Radio? Tiny Bobcat. Funky. Got some cool names in chat. So yeah, Wire Sponge gives us a hook, and the hook is used in the speedrun pretty much everywhere, especially again if you're like super godly at this game. The cool thing about the hook though is I really feel like anything that involves the hook and like levels with the hook, it's like infinite skill ceiling. I really feel Gator is like probably one of the most technical stages in the entire game. As good as you think that you get at this game, like you can always do something more in this level. Whoops. That was awkward too. So yeah, this is Dr. Light. Obviously you might know him from previous Mega Man games. And he is in charge of hiding these capsules around. We're going to power up Mega Man. This one gives us kind of like an upgraded shot, which is basically important for the rest of the run in multiple different ways. It allows us to charge our sub-weapon kind of like higher level, and same with his regular buster shot. It also allows us to charge that extra level. So we have like access to like this big hook thing, which allows us to really move there in particular. And yeah, this level is home to the Gator. The Gator, in my opinion, is like probably the worst quick kill in the entire game. He's super annoying to deal with. Every hit on the Gator, I think, is a 3-frame window, but if you miss any of them, you are treated to another like unskippable animation. Nice. Where the Gator just like disappears for like 10 straight seconds, so he's out of there. Oh, we're gonna get hit. Thank you. Really plan to land on that one ledge. Did they really? That's cool. I didn't know that. Okay, so yeah, this guy's quick kill is super annoying, but we'll try to get it. No! Dude, of course! Why would it do that? Why not? Gator, you're such a piece of garbage, I swear. So every individual hit like that is, I think, a 3-frame window, but as you said, like, he did, right? He really did. So whatever. Goodbye, Gator, at least temporarily. We almost got the thing. So yeah, Gator gives us kind of like a spike wheel thing. It's really situational in the speedrun. Yeah, that's like the only thing that I know about the speedrun for the most part. Is we're basically going out of our way to collect all the E-tanks and like everything, right? Because at the very end, there's basically kind of like a secret weapon that you can unlock, but it's the Shoryuken from Street Fighter. So we need to very carefully go up here, make sure that we go into the stag level. There we go. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, actually, I guess I never noticed that either. So Stag is one of the more vertical levels in the game. I think it's a little bit weird with Stag because it was almost like a precursor to like X3. X3 is an extremely vertical game. There's like tons of vertical levels and stuff like that in X3, or like vertical sections. I think they were kind of like beta testing it in X2 with this guy's level. This is one of the more vertical levels in the entire kind of like, well, game for the most part. So once you go through it fast, you're basically doing like multiple climbing sections like here. You want to avoid the fire for the most part and these like dragonfly guys. So this is a relatively okay climb. We're always going to take a hit up here, either on the dragonfly or the fire, I think anyway. Pretty sure that's accurate. It's pretty hard to avoid that. But that was actually a pretty good stage, and we're going to enter Stag. Stag is a weird boss. He doesn't really have a weakness to the things that we have so far. The damage that does the most on him is just the Buster. So we're literally going to attack him with the Buster. There is a way that you can like climb the level with Stag, so you don't have to like wait for him to come back down here. I wouldn't necessarily say like that's hard to do, but it's annoying to do. So it's a lot easier to just go like this and like wait for him to come back down. But if you're good, you can climb with him up the stage, take the damage boosts, and then follow with him down the stage and like basically repeat the process. So there's like very little waiting time in this boss kill. So Stag, I would say like probably one of the shortest stages in this entire speedrun. Coming up next is Centipede, and Stag gives us something that we'll see pretty often in the speedrun. It's like this fire thing. So we can charge the fire shot from obviously fighting, or not fighting Dr. Light, but like finding that capsule in the previous one. Oh, let's not go there. So Centipede is a really, really technical stage too. You have just enough fire bar if you don't make any mistakes, like in your special meter, to basically do multiple things with the fire bar, including killing a sub boss, but also getting through this section here. So we want to switch to the fire immediately afterwards. Oops, not take a hit there. But coming up here, there's a secret hidden heart piece or whatever. And then we want to switch back to fire because we have to use it 2 more times in this section coming up here. So these blocks are instant kill. They're very easy to kill you. That's kind of a scary jump. And I forgot to charge fire, so now we just have to sit here like a fool. So normally I don't charge fire. Or sorry, like normally I don't have to wait on that block, but apparently we did there, so whatever. Capcom flexing their special chips abilities, the 3D kind of like wireframe stuff that they had in this game. It actually created a lot of lag, but they're pretty happy with it. So if you're good here, you can follow without triggering the alarm. We triggered 2 alarms, so Mega Man's on high alert that you just entered this section. If this little like sensor thing actually catches you, which it might. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Then the sub boss ends up getting a little bit stronger. So I don't know if I have enough fire bar for him, but we'll see. Usually he's not the strong version. But now we get an upgraded sub boss because apparently we took a hit. So excellent. So normally he doesn't have like that pink attack, for example. Still dead though, so we'll take it. So coming up here too is a pretty annoying boss. There is a glitch kill on this boss, but it's RNG dependent. It totally depends on the pattern that he gives you. It's basically about like a 25% chance that he'll give you the proper pattern. But we basically want Centipede to turn around here. We might have got it. Oh, we did get it. Look at us. Okay. So it's a little bit scary because... Okay. There we go. So yeah, what ended up happening here is there's a few frame window to... Okay, we're just gonna do that. So once these like little spike things go off screen, it's pattern dependent, as I said, so you literally have to have like the pattern that he gave us. And then if you jump and slide off the wall at the proper time, he gets into like this glitch state where it just like orbits around Mega Man but slightly off screen, so it doesn't actually hit him. I had to readjust myself slightly there, but that saves a huge amount of time, like probably close to a minute. So I'm kind of glad that one happened. You don't always get that in a run. It's, again, extremely annoying, the RNG with the Centipede. What's up, Bedwa? Welcome on in, and Rez. So coming up is Crystal Snail. Crystal Snail has some pretty cool movement. There's like these slopes that you can kind of fall on, or slide down, I guess, to just like really accelerate Mega Man's speed. And then there's this thing, there's a gap that you're probably not supposed to clear with this thingy, but we can, so that's kind of cool movement too. And there's also a mini boss skip coming up here too. That normally there's like almost like a 2-minute mini boss or about that coming up here, but we can use the lag frames on this section to scroll the screen in such a way that we're able to hopefully not even see that mini boss. So we can slide under him and then we're gone. So that crystal thing we're supposed to fight, but using the lag frames, we don't have to. We want to activate this thing because it'll be gone by the time that we come back up. And we're going to come down here and talk to Dr. Light again. He will give us probably the most useless thing in this game. It's like a helmet. The helmet is kind of more of a casual thing. It doesn't really have a use in the speedrun, but it shows you where like different secret and entrances and stuff like that are. So if you're struggling to find all the pieces and stuff like that, you can use the helmet. Yeah, I've always liked the X series as well. Curious, what's everybody's favorite X game? For me, I think it's 2, that's why I learned this one. But I've played up until X4 and I've liked all of them. X5 is okay, and then X6 and 7 and 8, I don't acknowledge their existence. they're video games, you know. So we have to fight the snail. This looks like a very sad boss kill for the most part once he gets out of his shell. This poor guy is pretty pathetic, so poor snail. If you're offended by snail being treated badly, look away, I guess. Hey, he managed to get his shell again, so good for him. So as I said, like I'm not super comfortable running this game. I learned it a long time ago, but I'm definitely not like crazy good or anything like that. I will try not to get energy tanks going into the final kind of stretch here. There's like 2 options that you have, I think, when you run this game, because once you get all the energy tanks, there is a section that there's a section that you can like basically refill all the energy tanks to 100%. And that matters because at the end of the game, you can't take a hit. If you don't have 100% health, you don't have access to the shuriken thing that you unlock later on. So it's a little bit scary, but we're gonna try to do it without the energy tanks anyway. See what happens. Like, you gotta believe in yourself, right? Which, speaking of, I don't believe in myself right now because there's this bike section coming up, and it is notoriously difficult not to drive Mega Man into the wall. So you have a few seconds, chat. You can guess, yes or no. Is Mega Man gonna crash into this wall of spikes and die a terrible death? My guess is yes. This, like, never goes well. But we're gonna see. Oh, Mega Man's a dead man. So, there you go. Rip. That's probably gonna be the only death that I take. Controlling that motorbike is insanely difficult and horrible. So hopefully that's the only death that we see, but... Whoops. So yeah, Dr. Light, he's here again. He's gonna give us these dash boots that allows us to dash in the air. That opens up, obviously, more mobility options because we can now air dash, but on top of that too, there is a glitch that you can do in this game. Where it's called a neon, and we'll see that a little bit later in Bubble Crab stage for the first time. So it basically allows Mega Man to like effectively double jump. Yeah, it was beautiful, as I said. Like high speed, full impact. Poor guy. So we have an ostrich. This ostrich is kind of a goofy quick kill. So we're gonna let him run up the hill a little bit. There's like different ways you can do this. So then we're gonna freeze him and then hit him, and we're just gonna repeat that. So this happens to be his weakness. Pretty good boss kill, actually. . Yeah, no, it's like, it's one of the quickest deaths that you can take in this game, but it's really hard to like turn around and not take a stupid death there. So after Ostrich, we're gonna go up to Moth, so right here. Moth gives us the last bit of armor, and there's also a hard tank hidden in here as well. Moth is actually a pretty technical stage too. He's got a lot going on in his level. So this is like probably one of the areas that we want to use the helmet for, because if you're playing this casually, there's like this floor that looks literally identical. There's no way that you know that you like have to dig down there to find this capsule. But this is where the last kind of like armor thing is hidden, so we're gonna grab that. This one reduces our damage by 50%. So Dr. Light being a bro, helping us out here. So X is fully upgraded. It's kind of hard to explain some of the tech in this level. There's a slope that I'm going to be walking down that allows X to jump a little bit higher. So for example, right here, these slopes right here, if you walk down and jump, you have a higher vertical jump, so you're able to make those jumps. If you don't do that on a slope, that's not possible. You just get stuck. So you actually need that slope to like walk down slightly to jump up to extend your vertical height. These guys are probably one of the more annoying enemies in the entire game. Once this sub-boss is dead, like, I don't know what this guy is. He's like a dragon, like, fly or something. I'm not sure what you are. But if you allow him to live, which thankfully we didn't because that first shot missed, they can, like, start sucking your head and then you do a bunch of weird things that you're not supposed to do, so... The entire time, we're gonna exploit myself. The entire time that I learned, you know, like parts of this game. My old Sons of Best used to be 34, so it was actually pretty decent. But the entire time that I learned this game, that previous room, I never learned properly. This next room coming up, I also never learned properly. I have no idea what to do. This is like the only 2 sections in the entire game that I didn't learn at the time. So we're gonna throw past me on the chopping block and be like, yo, like, past me, you're lazy, because we take like 8 hits in this section right here. Don't know how to do that without massively just tanking and face tanking the entire way through. So, but it was just one of those sections that I didn't get to back then. So the idea behind this guy is you really want to... Okay, I created lag. So first of all, I created a huge amount of lag. Second of all... Oh, okay, we got him. You want to basically do a combination of like 3 of those charge shots and then 1 normal shot. But this dude is like super scary because he has easily the most... Okay, whatever. I was gonna say he has the most damage, I think contact damage in the entire game. So once you jump on the wall there, you want to use like the fire burner or whatever to like go on the other side, so you give yourself some space, and then you hit him like 2 more times, I think, and then he's dead. But it's really scary boss fight because if you have the armor here, he's still doing like 8 pellets of damage or something like that, and that's with like 50% armor. So he easily has like the most damage in the entire game. I'm pretty sure, you know, like minusing in like instant kill stuff. So he does a huge amount of contact damage. Very easy to accidentally get trapped in the corner and just suddenly die. So this is Bubbly Crablos. We play the Japanese version. I probably should have mentioned that because the text is faster in between the cutscenes, but otherwise all the levels and stuff like that are the same, so they just have different names. And we're going to enter here. We need to charge this shot coming up. There's a very easy way to kind of like quick kill this fish. So we're gonna go under here, shoot this thing up into its belly, and then it's dead. We want to do a slope jump here again to grab onto this ledge, which is honestly kind of a tricky, I think it's just a couple pixel window, but there you go, we got it. And that'll allow us to get the last heart here, and then on top of that too, we're going to go get the last E-tank. So X will be fully everything. This is where you would come back to if you wanted to, wait, sorry. So this is a neon. It's a 1 frame window. It allows X to double jump. That allows us to actually skip coming back here, because normally we would have to come back here with the crab's ability to get that E-tank. So that saves some time. I'm actually really curious how the route used to look like in this game. When I learned it, I would say like I was new, like for a lack of better words. Because the cool thing about this was there used to be like an entirely separate route where there was like neons all over the place. So like those like one frame jumps, they were like everywhere. But by the time that I came around and like I learned this one, like the route completely changed and they got rid of that. So just like in real life, crabs are weak against spikes, I guess. So this guy, he's actually pretty easy. He jumps around a little bit, but basically you have enough damage, you have enough health to trade, you know, like all the damage and stuff like that. Especially after getting the armor, so he's a pretty quick kill. Yeah, he was not a rabbit, no. He was a crab. Maybe he is an underwater rabbit. So yeah, those are the 8 Mavericks. Pretty quick moving stages. That's what I always liked about this game, is like you don't really get stuck in a stage for too long. So I wish I knew the plot here. Probably something about robots being evil. But we have to enter the Sigma stages. So there's 3 Sigma stages, refights, and then the final boss. So this is where you make your decision. Usually you go back and you fill your E-tanks there. I will try to beat the game without filling the E-tanks. I feel moderately confident in myself, but at the same time, I don't. So, could be a mistake. But yeah, this is like one of the first Sigma stages. So these things will crush you to death if you're not fast enough scaling these little areas. And you can see here, we're actually doing okay. Nice. Completely missed the wall. So there's a quick swap to fire after this one. And it's a weird... Nope, that's gonna be weird. I was gonna say, if you don't jump perfectly there... Oh, we're gonna get grabbed. We're gonna get grabbed anyway, so we got grabbed. And weirdly, Bubble is this first enemy's weakness. This is probably the easiest quick kill. Like, if you just play this casually, you could absolutely do this one. There's like no timing or strictness required or anything like that. You just let Bubble Shield go, you get hit, and then you put yourself in the corner. You can lose time on this boss fight if he does stuff like that, but otherwise you just keep Bubble Shield active. He does have like random attacks that have iframes, but if he does this thing, or if he just stands around, he just dies. And then again, your armor takes care of you, so you're not going to take enough damage or whatever. So you can just sit there all day and trade and you're fine. Coming up is the second Sigma stage. This has the infamous elevator skip. I was actually trying to practice that right before Fiesel put me on. Gonna be honest, I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, I tried like probably for like 5 minutes and I didn't get it. So we're going to skip the elevator like a jerk. So it's gonna be like probably 20 seconds that we can bond, chat, and we can talk. So tell me, how's your day? But yeah, this like section, I used to do the elevator skip. Nice, thank you, weapons. But that was a past me thing. I don't think future me or present me can do it right now. So that was a very awkward energy pellet thing. My goodness. So yeah, normally you can dash under like this pillar thing. It saves actually a huge amount of time. You'll literally see there is like another pillar thing in the top right cycle. And that pillar, it's gonna come down at some point. Like it comes down like 20 seconds later. So that's what you skip if you're fast enough and you... Oh my goodness! Big event! Okay, we almost... Okay, that was almost bad. Okay, anyway. That's what you're skipping when you're doing this, obviously. And there's kind of a weird anomaly here. You can charge this like magnet thing. We're gonna wait until it's pink, because as soon as you dash here, I guess it was like an oversight in the coding, because it probably didn't expect you to do that. So as you start this boss fight, you can activate that early. He does not actually have iframes, so you can trigger this thing, and that actually did a whole lot of damage to the top sections there, so they die almost immediately now. You can like straight up kill like 2 of those turrets if you're really fast. And coming into this boss fight, there is the way to do basically like double hits with these like slicer things, which is, in my opinion, super obnoxious. Like, all of the hard execution stuff for the most part in this game, it's like these like double shots are incredibly dumb. It's probably one of the harder strats I think in the entire game, but past me, didn't get that far in learning it. I think I tried it out like twice, but as I said, didn't get that far, so I don't know how to do it exactly. Yeah, that's the second Sigma stage, and we have one more here. To Norfolk, I like it. So yeah, immediately we want to switch to the chain. That'll allow us to get rid of this guy without taking a hit, which we took a hit anyway. Taking a hit is actually really detrimental here. You don't want to do it, because this is where you get like that shuriken thing coming up. And we're gonna do a couple of neons going on the top section here. So we bonked our head. We got the neon, but we hit our head on the ceiling, so good job, X. So yeah, those neons are again like a 1-frame window. This one's kind of a weird one. So that's the second neon, and that was a weird camera angle. So we got the third. So we're gonna kill that guy. This section I don't have completely optimized, so it's gonna be some pretty slow menuing. But the basic idea is coming over here, we kill these 2 guys, we again switch back to fire, and we don't die like an idiot here. Nice. So now that we have full health, on the third one of these things, when you come down, there's going to be a capsule here, and we get the DP, so the Dragon Punch, whatever, Shuriken. This is completely overpowered. It's very similar to the Hadouken in the first Mega Man X game. And the caveat is you have to be at full health to use this thing. So if you're not at full health, you can't do it. So this is where you're going to see actually baby strats. These dragonflies, they can hit you and they ruin everything. I'll actually go into the menu to show you guys. You see here, this is my energy tanks, so that's all the energy tanks that I have for the rest of the game. I can basically refill my health 1 time. So we don't want to take an extra hit and waste that, because you don't get enough energy, obviously, like coming back. So you'll see the power of the DP here. Go like this, and immediately, boom, dead. So the input for that is very similar. It's exactly the same as, obviously, like Street Fighter 2, at least back then. So you're pushing forward, down, down forward, and then forward again, and then what would be, I guess, your punch button or shoot. So it does something ridiculous, again, like 1 damage per frame, so it just completely vaporizes most enemies' health bars and stuff like that. So that's what this whole route is kind of like developed on getting, is that particular special weapon, and that's why you have to collect all the heart tanks and stuff like that. Because you need all the heart tanks, you need all the E-tanks, and you also need all of, you need your health to be at full to get that. Correct, that's right. You need to be at full health to get that. So if you miss, or if you don't have full health, it won't be there. So we bring this back. For the most part, most of these refights are pretty quick. You can literally see, like, they take longer to die than they do to actually kill them. There is a couple problem refights. Mainly the Gator is kind of annoying to do, and also the Snail is also annoying to do, so I'll probably do them a little bit out of order. But for the most part, same with the Bubble Crab, he can also be annoying. Sometimes he hits you when you lure him. You want to like dash above his head to make... Okay, that's what I mean. So, oh, we don't have enough, you piece of garbage. Okay, whatever. So we're gonna trade, I guess. This is where it gets a little bit scary towards the end game, but whatever. Because the capsules that you have available to recover your health aren't that many. So we're actually probably going to have to use the E-Tank that I have and then refill gradually with the capsules that are up there. Because there's no way that I can recover this much health. Because they only give you like little tiny pellets and stuff like that. So I guess that's our plan right now. So we'll go like this. Crab is a jerk, so thank you, Crab, for ruining everything. But luckily, Fiesel's behind, or sorry, ahead like 40 minutes, so if it turns out to be a disaster, then whatever. So this is another RNG boss. We really want him to just ascend, like grab onto the spoon. Oh man, he's a bro. Let's go. So he can spin his chain around, he can throw the chain at you, he can like dash off the walls or like jump on the walls or whatever. You really want him to just ascend, so at least he was looking out for us, unlike Crab. So we're going to repeat this process. These little capsules don't always come back. I don't know the criteria. Okay, thank you, X. I don't know the criteria for them coming back. Or I guess maybe they do, but this is the only health that we're going to have for the rest of the game, so we're going to have to pick them up. So this guy is one of the easier boss kills. Once he starts like flying down after this garbage falls, you just use it again and you'll touch his toes, and then he dies. Most of the other ones, minus Snail and Gator, are pretty free as well. Like, you should be able to, you know, do the quick kill multiple times on them. So, this is Snail. Or Centipede. Sorry, I thought you were Snail. Centipede is kind of annoying. Sometimes he survives that, sometimes he doesn't. I'm glad that he didn't. But yeah, I was gonna say the snail one is super annoying because I actually don't think I learned that one properly back then. Back then, I think I literally learned a strat literally called YOLO Snail, so you just go for it and hope that Snail will cooperate. So this should be Snail. And all the strat is you jump right in front of his face and you uppercut him. Sometimes he dies, sometimes he hides in his shell, but the downside is if you don't get it, you will literally fall into the shell and you'll just take a hit. So that's what I mean. Sometimes he's just like that. So, okay. Okay, you see? That's what I mean. So Snail is the best. He also has this attack that we're probably going to see now where he freezes or slows time and it causes a tremendous amount of lag. So I'm glad that Snail got to show off why he is probably the second garbage Maverick after Gator. So we're still in actually a good situation. I heard my health like bar go up or whatever. So we're going to recover our health here still. Hopefully that's enough to bring me back to the full. It is, okay, whatever. That works out too. Because I was going to say the next is the bird, but we could use, you know, like the previous quick kill on the ostrich. Because he's a pretty easy one to quick kill without taking any kind of damage and then refill our health again, but we didn't have to do that. So coming up here, oh, he survived. What a champion. So yeah, last one is going to be Gator. Past me did not learn how to kill Gator properly. I'm not 100% sure how to do that. So there is like a really wacky way that you can do this. I love these platforms, by the way. But there's like a really wacky way that you can do this where you like automatically like bring in the chain or switch to chain and you do like a chain attack and you hit him. I'm just going to let him dive down. I have no idea how to properly do that to avoid that first part. And then hopefully when he comes back up, we can just uppercut him. Nice. So that's actually Gator's good RNG. He doesn't always jump in the air like that. So we'll take it. And that's 3 fights. Mostly went okay. I think like 5 out of 8 went okay there, but So that's it. For whatever reason, the game kicks us back to the Centipede stage. We have to go back there one more time to kind of show off, or show down rather, against Sigma. Sigma has 3 different forms, and before you fight him, you fight Zero. This would probably make a whole lot of sense if I knew the story in this game, but we're apparently fighting our friend. I'm not exactly sure why, but okay, we're actually going... Okay, apparently not. We're gonna take a hit there. So that means we have to like wait on these blocks coming up. There's like these off-color blocks. They're the only chance that you can get health, so like these purple ones. So that was weapon energy. Okay, there we go. So we're back in okay shape. Because we don't know obviously use an E-tank. Whoops, I messed that up. Okay, we're just messing up everything here. Okay. So coming into this room, we want to uppercut. That wasn't good enough. There's like a little strat, and it's called Bro Fist. So you want X's fist to be touching Zero's fist. So we have distance Bro Fist. So we're kind of far away from Zero. But that's okay. We just have to mass shoot, and then hopefully he doesn't do anything. And okay, that's not the worst thing in the world. I will take that. And we'll just go like this and kill him normally. But yeah, you really want to land right in front of Zero, because then you can do an uppercut, and just the way that he's scripted, you'll do an uppercut, you'll take off like 75% of his health. For whatever reason, he's like one of the only people that survives an uppercut. He'll always survive the first uppercut. And then after you land, you can hit him again. So this is the worst boss in the entire game. Sigma 2, Wolverine Sigma. He is extremely random, and he can absolutely ruin everything. So we want him to teleport and just go away immediately, not use any other attacks. So we'll see what he does. Oh man. Okay, well, whatever. We have technically one more chance that we can do this. So... okay, well... oh, look at him! He's such a piece of garbage, dude. Okay, well, we get to kill Sigma the best normal way. So the problem with him teleporting back is, like, sometimes it's random. And he, like, gave me max teleport there. Like, he didn't appear on screen for a very long time, so I tried to do the uppercut, but obviously nobody was home, so rip. Which means this boss kill is going to be significantly lower, or slower, unless we get lucky. It does spawn enemies that can drop health, so we can go back up. But otherwise, we just have to use chain, which is not ideal, because realistically, at the end of the day, chain will lag the screen a lot, so we don't want to really use chain on this boss fight. But that's what Wire Sigma's weakness is chain. Oh, almost. We probably needed one more of those. But yeah, at some point, Wire Sigma turns red, and he'll basically, like, eat us, for lack of a better term. I don't know what he actually tries to do. He, like, literally, like, wraps his head around you, so... and then from there, he's pretty easy to kill. But you can see the difference. Like, he can die in, like, 2 of these uppercuts as well, sometimes even 1. But yeah, he's gonna eventually do that. Oh, it's so slow. Okay, now he's gonna do that. So from here, we just spam, and then we're gonna kill him. So there you go. He is dead. And that's it. I mean, there was some tragedy that happened in that run. Mainly the last 2 fights, but I'll take that for sure. I'm always happy if I can finish a run without grabbing those E-tanks and having to refill. Although I kind of refilled slightly, obviously. But we saved the world. I assume Zero is still alive, because he'll come say hi to us in the cutscene. But really fantastic game. I've always liked X2 a lot. And Moderately scary marathon run, I would say. It's pretty easy to lose a lot of time here, but yeah, I feel if like runs go bad, like my old PB in this was 38 something. It was like a sub 40. My sums of best at the time were 34. So I didn't get the run back then before I stopped running this one. Because there's definitely not like 5 minutes of almost RNG in this game. There's RNG for sure, but not that much that I couldn't have had a 34 back then. I just didn't grind it. But as I said, I don't run X2 very often. I almost never run Super Nintendo stuff very often, but I've always been a big fan of Fiesel. This was one of the first events that I ever saw, actually, when I made my Twitch account. So it's always kind of cool how that comes full circle. I've always liked joining in on SNES Super Stars in the past. I like seeing what people bring to the table, and it's always kind of a neat one. I do like it. So maybe I should learn something optimized and well for the next time that he holds it next year. But until then, you get Mega Man X2 from 2018, 2019, when I was a newer speedrunner back then. But yeah, I assume we're still ahead of schedule. You can pull me off or whatever. And good luck to everybody else that will have a run later on.